Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Unwaxed.
Jesus, honey, wax.
From podcast
I
one,
like that, Sophia.
this is Unwaxed.
You guys, welcome back to another episode. We are happy to be here. Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Tuesday.
We are currently in Florida right now.
And to say that I am happy is an understatement.
Why are you happy?
I'm elated to be here. You know, our parents are here and we have our dogs here. And especially during the pandemic, we were at home in LA for a bit, and I don't know, it just felt like sad.
I can tell you, I totally agree. I definitely took my family and the dogs for granted because
not
I thought,
not like that.
no.
I mean,
I'll say what this is my experience, sister. I thought the idea of being on your own and living alone and doing that whole thing is really exciting. But once you do it, it's so lonely.
Yeah.
And I sort of feel like it's the same way when people go off to college and they're living in a dorm for the first time. You think it's going to be great, and trust me, it has its moments. It's great, but it was just really quiet, and I miss them so much.
You know what, also, I think that a lot of people don't, I don't know if you guys all have experiences like this, but our family is a very loud family.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what time of day it is, whether it is 7 in the morning to 12 o'clock at night, our talking is screaming, and our talking is storytelling, anything that's very, very loud.
Yeah.
And honestly, when people come over, I swear to God, they think we're fighting with each other. They're like, I'm so sorry. Like, I was kind of in the middle of that. I was like, no, that was just us like having a conversation. So when it was just the two of us in our house in LA, it was really, really quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we can bicker at each other all day, but
not having mom as the mediator was a big thing. Because normally my mom will say who won the fight, and that the other one just has to bow down.
I know.
So we were like, who's
so we kind of have to come back to it. I gotta work. Oh God.
No.
But it's been really nice. The best part, I think, about having us being here is the restaurants. But because the restaurants are open, LA, all the dining is closed, indoor, outdoor. It's really sad that there's a lot of cases going on in California, but in Florida, it's a little bit different. But obviously we're keeping it safe. We're in the masks, doing that whole thing. But I had to kind of expose you for a second because I know you don't know. I didn't know if you want to talk about this on the podcast.
I hate when you do this.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna shock her on this. So Steve, why don't you tell what happened in the restaurant last night?
Bitch. All right, you guys.
This is hilarious. This is great.
I bought these new shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they are giant, chunky heels. And normally when you have a chunky heel, ladies, you know what I mean? Like, very stable. You can walk in them. You can run in them. Platform shoes, the way to go. I feel so good. I'm strutting. They're probably like 9 inches tall.
They're huge.
Really big.
No, guys, they're like platform with the chunky heel.
I feel like Lady Gaga in these shoes. So I'm walking out, and and it's crowded.
Yeah.
It's crowded. Like, there's a crowd.
Packed tonight.
I'm walking out, and I slip on the floor because there was like a soft spot, and I completely wipe out. Not like a cute little tumble like myself. It was like a cartoon fall, like arms flailing backwards.
guys, and
the fall lasted like 4 or 5 seconds.
I was right behind her, and she's in front of me. Her feet were shuffling, like slide. And honestly, like, imagine yourself on skates for the first time, and you can't get your group. But
like, you're running in snow.
But that front door, I almost slipped too. The ground was like this. What's that material on the ground? It's like, it's not carpeted. It's like a, not marble.
Stone?
Maybe it's a stone, but like, it just did not work out with shoes in general.
No grip there.
So
I fall into this guy who, just my luck, happens to be super, super hot. In my age. And I fall into him, and he catches me from like 2 inches from hitting the ground. Like, that's how bad of a fall it was. Yeah. It wasn't a cute fall. His girlfriend looks at me, very angry. If I was trying to like flirty bump into him, it would be a lot cuter. Like, my hair was in front of my face. Like, it was so bad. And he laughed. And I
say, and I'm here to tell you, it was not cute at all. Like, it was so embarrassing.
Have you guys ever done that? Thank you, Sophia. Thank you. That was the worst part. I walked out, and instead of Sophia asking, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Right? First thing she says, she goes, "Dude, that was so embarrassing." Yeah, I know, bitch. Thanks. But okay, I know a couple episodes back we talked about haunted clothing. Like if you go on a bad date, you can't wear that dress anymore because it's haunted or whatever.
Yeah.
I swear, I feel the same way about these shoes. They're cursed. What? I'm terrified to wear them again.
I know you say that the shoes are totally cursed and you probably shouldn't. And I've had outfits where I've worn a dress and I shattered my hand on the glass and there was blood all over the dress and that was kind of gruesome. But I haven't worn the dress since. And now I feel like I should wear it to redeem it. And so I won't be scared. So you should wear the shoes.
Here's an idea. Maybe don't wear the dress if there's old blood stains on it.
Okay, so she thinks I'm gonna go out with the dress and still have the blood stains on it. I'm what's her name? Carrie.
Probably. Anyway, I hope people out there can relate to what I'm about to say, but I had this weird thought. Sophia and I were just on a plane. And does anyone else think this, that whenever they see a person of the opposite sex on a plane that's your age, there's always some weird sexual tension? Is that just
yes!
me? Wait, hold on, let me explain a little bit better.
So
say for example, I'm sitting on a plane and there's another 22-year-old guy and you guys are both staring at each other. It's almost wait, you always automatically recognize someone your age or around your age. I always think that's so funny.
It's one of those places like a coffee shop where if you're sitting having your coffee and someone else is sitting over there having your coffee, you feel you make eye contact. It's almost like you want the meet cute to happen. It's almost people assume that you could meet that person on a flight,
or it's the exact opposite where it's so awkward. And it's even worse when they sit next to you and you're like, do we talk because we're the same age or do we just pretend you know what I mean?
No, I don't know. Maybe because it's the morning and people don't like to see each other because they're.
I mean, I sat next to a guy on a plane one time.
And she did.
That was my age.
She did.
Or no, he was a few years older, and it ended up being a super great meet cute, and we ended up going on a date.
She did. He wasn't even from LA. He was from out of state. And
that's a story. You guys want to hear it?
It was a good to bad story.
It was a great to horrendous story.
It was.
It really was.
So maybe you also should not meet people on planes. But if you guys have a cute plane story, let me know. Or if you're going on a certain flight in the next couple of weeks back to LA, let me know from Florida.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about our guests that we have coming on today's show. They are such good friends of ours. We have Cameron, Fuller, and Gregg Sulkin joining us.
They are awesome. We have both known them for quite some time. I met Cameron first 6 years ago, and Sistine met Gregg a couple years ago.
So
and the stories how we met is pretty interesting.
It's fun. We're going to talk about stories, funny experiences.
They give advice on a guy's perspective, and we also give advice for a girl's perspective on something.
So stay tuned. You guys, today on Unwaxed, we have two of our dearest friends.
Close to
Shall I say brothers, perhaps?
Brothers.
We have both actors. They're YouTubers. Best friends, Cameron Fuller and Gregg Sulkin, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Welcome.
Wow.
Oh, God.
And now designer, Gregg.
Yes.
By the way, just, Gregg, it's right here.
A little shout out there.
It's right here. I mean, listen, it's inside out, but,
Why is it on the back of the chair? And also, why aren't you wearing it?
And why is it inside out?
Yes.
Listen.
It's called gridlock, right?
I'm not going to, it shrinks a little sometimes, so I have to air dry it. That's all.
Well, what do you mean?
Shade already. See, this is great. This is why we got two sisters. We're going to fight. Two best friends. They're going to fight.
Let's just clarify that for a second.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's 80% organic. Hold on. 80% organic cotton, and therefore, like cotton, yes, ideally, if you can air dry it, it is better for the material.
For sure. Yes. No, of course. And you're supposed to rinse it in cool water. Would you also like to plug the link and maybe the Instagram where they can find it as well? Or
no, sure.
No,
I mean,
okay.
people find it. But
okay, perfect.
Thank you, Cameron, for the rave review. I appreciate it.
Listen, it's I've never actually had an article of Ida. Well, now I'm nervous because
you got it.
I've never had a piece of clothing that I have cared about so much that I don't just throw it in the dryer to dry, where I'm actually I'm gonna hang it up and I'm gonna air dry it. Because I love gridlock, so it's awesome.
Boom, he just redeemed himself. You guys, we've been wanting you two rascals to get on this show since the very beginning. So we're really excited. Thank you guys for taking the time and coming on today.
course, Greg, they've had a lot of episodes though, and they.
Cameron, you are such a hater today. We asked you since August.
Wait. He thinks he's cool now because he has a tattoo. Guys, he just got a tattoo on his arm.
Let's see it.
And
Come
so
on,
now
Pat.
he thinks it's a bit edgier.
Show the tattoo.
Show the tattoo.
Show the tattoo.
I get
Do
one.
it. Take off your shirt.
Take off
your
your
pants.
Keep it going.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on, people. Hold on. I can't do it.
What do you mean? Look at that.
Wow. I'm not flexing, okay? I am not.
He's flexing. He had a Celsius, people. He's ready to go.
It looks great. How do you feel now that you have a tattoo? Do you feel more manly?
I don't know. I don't really feel that much different, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels.
Why don't you guys have tattoos together, matching tattoos? That's the next
That
step.
would be really cute. Of each other's initials.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
He's like, now that he's insulted my clothing, we're done.
Well, you know what?
I want to talk about how we all met.
Yes.
Sophia, I feel like how did you meet Cameron?
I met Cameron first, like literally, I think 6 years ago, right?
Whoa.
Right?
Yeah,
Is that crazy? Yeah.
Didn't we meet
How did you guys meet?
met on campus, right?
Yes, we
No,
met on
we
campus,
didn't.
but
We
no,
didn't.
we met at our friend's party. You
We
were
met at-
dating a lady at the time,
A lady.
a well-known lady, and then I don't know. I think we were just all hanging out. I didn't really talk to anybody else except you because you were like one of the nicest people.
Aw.
Instantly, I just remember that.
Oh my God, you're such a good fraud.
I actually remember that night so clearly. I remember there was like a big tent, and it was at a good friend of ours' house.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like the last ones at the party and the only ones dancing.
Oh my God, you're
That's so
so
good.
right. Oh, this is why
I
we've
would-
been friends for 6 years.
How are the dance moves?
She was
Yeah.
great. Me, you know me, Greg.
Well, that's
You
why I
gave
asked.
me a couple drinks and I
Yeah.
can move. But other than that, I think maybe it was like the alcohol that made you think I was a lot better than I actually am.
I honestly, I
But-
thought you were great. I knew that night. I was like, Sophia's gonna be a lifelong friend.
Hold on. I feel like now that you guys said that you met sort of by dancing, that's kind of how I met Greg for the first time as well. Hold on. I'm gonna tell a story. I don't know if you know the story in full, but it is one of the funniest stories.
The best story.
I wanted to share it on the show, but I feel like you had to be here for it. It's so funny. Okay. Sophia and I were at a Young Hollywood event. I want to say this is 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
And we look
horrendous.
I'll explain. Sophia's wearing a giant pink feather boa jacket and a sparkly pink dress, and I look like a bumblebee because I'm wearing yellow and black striped leggings, yellow and black striped top.
Basically, the dresser gave us whatever people did not want.
We looked like the circus rolling in here.
Really
Everyone else looked cool. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
I'm dancing. I see Greg. I'm like, what Disney Channel? Like, this is cool. I don't say anything to him. Goodbye, right?
Yeah.
I'm on a dating app. He's on a dating app. We match on a dating app. We go to dinner, as one does from a dating app. And what you had said to me at this dinner.
Oh boy.
Really, I'm not gonna put you on blast right now because this is one of my favorite memories of all time. It really is.
Makes me feel good.
It's so funny. You were so sweet and such a gentleman, and you were so complimentary. And you said, you know, you looked so beautiful at that event. And I was like, really? I looked okay, thanks. And he goes, yeah, the pink furry jacket and that pink dress looked really nice on you. And I was like, oh no, that was my sister Sophia. No, you got the wrong. No, it's okay because we look alike. I'll call her.
So,
no problem.
You know, we were supposed to go on the date apparently. But
You know, I realized at the time that personality is so important.
Yes.
And I thought dinner was lovely. I thought the stylist choice were great. And Christine, now thinking about it, the bumblebee outfit was exceptional. I just didn't realize.
No, it is not your fault
because we look like twins.
We look alike. But I just thought it was so hilarious and like not me, and I'm not offended. I thought it was just amazing.
She was like, he felt so bad right
it
off
was
the bat.
great. And I was like, this friendship, just started.
I feel like we're all bickering like siblings. Like this is.
I
Really
told
our siblings.
Oh my God. Okay, let's talk about something people might be interested in. I want to talk about your careers, both of you. You guys are actors, and it is one of the toughest industries to get into. It is extremely, involved with a lot of egos are involved, a lot of narcissists, a lot of fakeness, but it's cool when you get the job. I want to know, what do you guys think is the hardest part that you found? Or if you have a story of just a difficult experience that you've had since joining this acting world.
Cam, you want to go first?
No, I'll let you go first.
All right.
Cool.
I would say you've got to be really thick-skinned to be in this industry, right? You always hear of the like success stories, but there are so many times when you put your heart and soul into something and it just doesn't pan out. And whether it's, it's like when you get knocked down, you have to get back up. You have to like dust yourself off and go again and come back even stronger. And that's not for everybody. Some people don't want to be rejected on a daily or weekly or monthly basis. And so, I think the hardest thing is like remaining and keeping your self-confidence and self-belief through hard times. But I do think that applies for a lot of industries, but I think in acting, it's like you stand there, you perform, you do get judged. And
you feel like you're just standing there naked. And if they don't like, it's not that they don't like what you can do, they just don't like you. That's the hardest part.
I don't know how y'all do it.
I audition in clothes, but I've never stood there naked.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. Like hypothetically naked, you fucking little, oh God. Cameron, your turn. Jesus.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing about acting in general is the uncertainty of what the next part of your life is going to be, because you're basing your life based on performance. It's not like a normal job where you work somewhere for X amount of years, you work very hard and then you get a promotion, right? Yeah. You could be incredibly good, but if some factors don't go your way, you're still sitting there waiting for the next audition. And that's a very difficult job, and you need really thick skin, and you also need to want it more than anybody else on the entire planet.
For sure.
Oh yeah, being the only non-actor here, I would just like to say about the acting industry that I think the hardest part of acting is acting itself, because I remember one time when I went to an acting class, the teacher told me that I was too Pollyanna and instantly said,
she said you didn't have enough life experience.
She said I had no life experience. I was a horrible actress.
Yeah, she said this is not for you.
You're a horrible actress. You wear rose-colored glasses. This is not right for you. Go get more life experience.
And I'm with that very teacher now, and I feel so bad.
So I would just like to say, I don't know how you guys pretend to be other people, because I'm obviously really bad at it.
Being herself.
I'm really good at being one role, and that's me. What was your worst audition experience you've ever had? Because I know Sistina has one that still just is the funniest thing ever. I mean, it's horrible.
I think I have more bad experiences than good experiences, but I'd love to
name one experience that was really bad.
Go ahead, Cam.
Yeah, Cam, come on.
So I remember this really clearly because this rattled me for a very long time, like fully just fucked me up really bad.
No.
But so you both have come to my birthdays before, and
love them.
Very
like
fun.
when I have a birthday, I'm like, I get excited about it. I invite my friends. It's like a fun little thing. And I got an audition 2 days before my birthday, and I was like, okay, whatever, it's fine. And I'm just like, I'm not really going to pay attention to it. I'll just look at the lines last minute. I'll go in and just hope that it goes really well, because it was my birthday and I get excited about that. And looking back on it, I probably should not have gone in, but so birthday passes, great weekend. It's like Sunday night, the audition's Monday morning. And I look at it for the first time, and I look at who's going to be there, and it's the directors and the producers and the casting director and like everything.
Oh no.
Big group,
right? And I look at the sides, the pages of the lines that I need to know, and it is monologue, dialogue for about 12 pages. And
so you're not ready.
So I start to panic. But at that point, I was like, oh, if my team wants to send me in on something, I have to go in. I can't call and cancel. Like, I don't want to disappoint them.
Yeah.
So I go in. First thing the casting director says to me is, "You look really tired. Big weekend?" And I was like, well, I was like,
was he probably stalking your Instagram or something? He saw you had a birthday.
Maybe. I guess I looked horrible. I'm not really sure. He's like, you look exhausted. And I was like, I'm fine. Like, it's all good. Like, let's get this going. The first thing the director said to me was, oh, what'd you think of the script? I'm sure you read it. And I was like,
oh, okay. Shots fired. I see.
Yeah.
Get it in your head already.
This sounds like an internal nightmare.
Dude,
this is like my worst nightmare.
I had a code red 10 out of 10. My heart is throbbing, right? So I'm in this room with all these people. I'm like, okay, I'll make this quicker because I feel like this is a long story. But so I'm like, no, I didn't read the script. So I feel completely naked, like what we talked about before. Like,
are you also going into rooms naked?
No.
It honestly leaves.
This time he literally walked into the room.
It doesn't help you get the job, but it leaves an impression.
It does.
Exactly. So I read, and I messed up the lines and was looking down at the page the entire time, to the point where I was looking up and I saw them like with their faces like so disgusted that I was in this room right now. And afterwards they were like almost angry with me, and they're like, yeah, thanks. And I left. I felt so bad. And I remember this is the first time this has ever happened to me. And the last time, thank God so far, the entire agency found out about how badly my audition was. And everyone on my team like called me and they're like, what the fuck happened? Like, it became a very big thing.
Okay, but that happened to me, by the way. So don't feel so bad.
That was my like welcome to auditioning story.
Like, welcome to the world of acting.
You have to forget a line or two. It's like it happens.
Yeah, I forgot 12 pages, Justine. So.
Oh, that's not a line or two.
It was your birthday. I wouldn't remember one page.
Yeah,
I would have said it's my birthday. Give me a break. Give me the line.
I was with you the entire week.
You should have just blamed me.
Justine, what was your experience?
Oh my gosh.
I love this story.
Okay. I think I already told Cameron this story when I went on his podcast. I got an audition for a spin-off of a movie that is becoming a TV show, and it's horror. So I was like, oh, yes, this is so me. I'm playing like a sorority girl. I'm like, yes, this is just me to a T. It was very simple dialogue, but I guess, maybe I shouldn't say that now because clearly it wasn't. And I was like, I studied, I feel great about it. I go in. I don't really know the proper etiquette for going into an audition. Apparently you're not supposed to shake their hand. Apparently you're not supposed to make small talk. Like, there's certain things that I didn't know. And I did all of those things. And I think that just bothered them a little bit.
I can so imagine you just like
No, you don't understand. I walk in, I'm making comments about the art on their walls. Like, why? Like, why? Okay, this is someone's home too. I'm like, oh my God, is that from the movie Big Eyes? Like, I've seen it. Like,
I would have done that.
Acting so, like, I know my cinematic knowledge. And I do it, and she goes, okay, can you maybe read it like, not like that, but like this? I go, oh, I'm a chameleon. I can do anything. So I did it again. They're like, that was great. Thank you so much. And I walk out feeling fantastic. Yep. I get a call 8 a.m. the next morning from my managers. And normally that's a good call because I've never gotten like a bad call at 8 a.m. That's normally like, you got the job. Yep. Quite the opposite. So I answer like, hello? And they're like, Sistine, what happened yesterday? And I was like, well, I walked in, I made a comment. They said I did great, and I left. So tell me I got the job. And they said, well, quite the opposite, really. What did you say exactly? Because they described it as stupid. And I go, well, what do you mean? Wait, hold on. I go, well, what do you mean? Like, my audition was stupid or I was stupid? And they go, they didn't say. Go, you didn't ask? You didn't, well, hold on. Like, you didn't ask what was so stupid? They go, no. I'm like, so you just hung up? I'll go, okay, now I got a problem with you guys too. So I go, call them back. Call back this freaking casting person. And they said, oh, well, I guess that was the wrong choice, but all of her choices were unintelligent and her remarks were not the brightest. And I go, okay, so stupid. Cool, thank you. Have a nice life. Goodbye.
Just because you asked about the art on the wall. That was it.
I don't know. I thought you're supposed to like schmooze them.
Yeah,
that's just not.
Like
No, you're not.
Oh.
Apparently, you're just absolutely
That's how
not.
much I know.
It was rough.
Wow.
It was rough.
I'm guessing you have not been back into that casting office since.
Oh, if I go back to that, if I get called back to that home, I'm gonna TP them. I'm gonna egg their house.
I'll be asking
I'm still upset a few years later.
Hey, Greg, do you have a bad experience?
Oh yeah, Greg.
I do. It was a, it was at the time. It's like soul crushing, but now I would never put up with it. I just wouldn't. But at the time, I was like young. I was new to LA, and it was like it was an audition for like I think a cop show to play like this kid who I can't remember the character, but anyway, I went in, and the guy, the casting director, I remember it was a small office, and he's sitting behind his desk, and he's like reading a bunch of papers, and I'm like in my mind, I'm like this is my time, right? Like ready to go, and then like as I start, like my first line in, he goes like he's eating an apple, and I'm like, what do I do at this point? Do I continue? Do I not continue? Like, does he want to take a lunch break? Like, what's this guy's deal? Yeah. Does not look up at all. Does not look at me once. Eating his apple at the time, continuing to eat the apple. After I finished, I did the scene and goes like this. It's still like reading the thing, and he goes, "Thank you." And I just was just like, now at the time I was just like, oh my God, like I did so bad, blah, blah, blah. But now I would handle it extremely different. And I would genuinely just say, look, like, do you want me to come back? I'm happy.
If you don't like it, like, I don't need to keep going.
Yeah, just like, I'm not going to waste my time if you're not even going to respect the time.
You guys give really sound advice. So that's why I wanted to ask you, from like a brother to a sister kind of way. You guys are both
have had very long relationships and like successful ones.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of it, because
so tell us what the frick we're doing wrong.
What are we doing wrong?
And let us know what men really want.
Okay.
Hypothetically, you boys are on a first date, right? You're getting sushi.
Not with each other, right? Not with each other. But this is
no.
You could be on like a double date.
If you want to pretend it's me, great. I'm wearing a cute outfit.
So you guys are on a date. What on this first date are things that you like, that you normally see from your experience of what you like and don't like? And what are things that you're like, turn off, it doesn't work for me?
I would say values, humor. Humor's a must. You gotta have some.
Okay. Gotta have some banter.
But yeah, banter, humor, values. Like, do you share sort of the same values? Which
yes,
I'd like to think most people you meet sort of do. Be kind to people, do good in the world. And then
red flags. What's a red flag?
Perfume's important, like
perfume.
Yeah.
So smell. Okay, so Greg's is good smell, banter, funny, good values. Okay, Cameron, what are you looking for?
I think when you're at dinner with somebody and you lose track of time on your watch and like, I know that sounds super cheesy.
No, it's so
it's cute. By the way, no, since I've said this, if I use all of my funny jokes and all of my slingers right in the first date, then it's not a good date because I'm trying too hard.
No, I like that, Cameron.
Honestly, like I feel like, so for you, it's like you shouldn't have to try too hard. It's like if it's an organic thing that could work, it's not even really about like going to those jokes. It's just whatever you feel, and then it works, and you leave being like, wow, I wish I could stay.
I love that.
Yeah.
So let's talk the opposite.
Sorry to jump in, but Sophia, I really want to know what those, like, I think you called them slingers. What are those? What are those slingers?
I would like to know too.
Okay, so when it gets really boring, I start to throw out fun facts that I know that Dad has told us, and
I do that too,
and it works.
Yeah.
And I said that. Did you know?
Wait,
that
you said or you say? Like, you recycle?
And she's used this
I've
before,
used this.
like recycle them.
So
Okay.
I would say that. Do you know who invented the toilet?
Yes.
No. Why would I know?
Who would know that?
Who would know that? No, I don't know. Maybe you use it every day, so you should know. And then he goes.
I'm not sure that one necessarily hits that one.
Wait, let me.
You haven't even finished the punchline.
I haven't even hit the punchline yet, and this is when it's like really bad because it's kind of honestly when you hear this,
it's really.
It makes sense of why I'm ending the date like this. I go, so do you know who invented toilets? They go, no. I go, okay, great. Did you know his name is Thomas Crapper?
Thomas Crapper.
So where did the term crap come from? Thomas Crapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
you know that? Did you know that?
Yes. Look at their faces.
Greg,
oh my God.
Greg, I want you to know I had a good time on this podcast. We need to go, right? We have to do this thing.
Every person I've said this to has said, wait, that's actually pretty cool.
Sophia, there's never been a second date. Now I know why. Just seeing their faces.
That's not true. I've said it before.
I'm mortified.
Mine is worse, by the way.
It can't get worse.
What's yours?
Mine's worse.
This
is the whale one.
Oh.
Yeah,
this is a fun fact though. These are fun facts.
Oh no, but I'm not talking about feces, but I'm also talking about another bodily fluid, so I don't know if it's much better.
Actually, I think hers is worse than mine.
See, man.
No, but we're on the right page. We're on the right page. Here we go.
Okay, let's go.
All right, if it's getting a little dry or someone doesn't know how to pay for the bill, I say, all right, answer me this question. How much sperm do you think a whale produces in one ejaculation? Boys, I'm asking you.
Guess.
I never thought about it. Please inform me.
Greg, I think you should guess.
How much
Are we talking like pounds? Like what's?
We'll talk, in terms of either cups, liters, pints, gallons.
I would say a lot.
I'd say a cup.
I'd say a gallon.
Cup? Is that normal?
Okay, you said 1 gallon.
I said a normal guy does a cup.
That's a lot. Greg says a cup. You say a gallon, Cameron.
I'm
says normal men do a cup.
You know what? I would
actually be terrified.
I feel like there's some crazy answer to this question, so I'm going to say 5 gallons.
Try 400 gallons.
Whoa!
And you wonder why it's so salty in the ocean. Let's move on. Let's move along.
Guys,
okay.
Wait, hold on. You asked us for some advice for you both, right? Like.
Oh no! Wait. So red flags.
We're going
back. Get your number one red flag and your number one red flag.
Those you just said them.
Yep.
Okay. Come on. You guys would think we're so funny if we threw that out.
No, they think we're psychotic. Okay, so obviously that's a red flag. Don't say weird facts.
If I heard those, maybe an Uber home.
I'll tell you a red flag. Yeah. I'll tell you a red flag for me.
Okay.
If someone is on their phone during a meal, it's a red flag for me.
Mm-hmm. Good. So if it's even off the table, I think that's better. Not even on the table. Yeah.
Well, hold on.
No,
Greg is someone that has his phone on the table.
It's probably like flipped over, but it also is on vibrate, so it's still. No. It's like the ringer's off, but the vibration is on.
Are you really gonna go at me right now? Are you sure?
No, I'm not going at it. It's just a question. First date, I understand, but
that's what we're talking about.
Oh, okay, first date. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your big red flag, Greg?
Talking about Thomas Crapper, number 1.
Oh my God.
He didn't forget it.
Now you're going to watch this. You're going to go home and you're going to tell your friends. You're going to see a toilet and you're going to think, thanks, Thomas.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you.
Guys,
Great.
I just want you to know that I've known that joke for so long and so many people know that joke. That's not like a very original one.
You knew that there was a guy named Thomas Crapper and that's where crap came from. Do you see my head? I'm like,
attitude.
Thomas Crapper obviously invented the toilet. That's a known
Okay. How about this? So, I don't remember what war specifically. I'm not going to give dates because I don't want to seem dumb.
Why is this like a bad fact battle right now?
But, this sergeant or captain, whatever it was,
Oh,
when
Lord.
his men were tired and needed some release, he got them ladies of the night to help them out, right?
Mm-hmm.
His name was Sergeant Hooker.
Sergeant Hooker.
Mic drop. Did you know that? I guess you did not.
That I didn't know, and I'm impressed.
That's pretty cool.
And I've said that too. When I've used both of those on the first
so
date.
heated right now.
Well, because it makes me, I think about the dates I've had that I've used both of those.
Not
And
great.
I remember them
Not
being
great.
such bad dates that I was so bored.
Yeah, not
I had
great.
to entertain myself.
Do you mic drop every time you do that and then run away from the table?
Runs,
I'm like,
doesn't-
good night.
Guys, I have a red flag.
Okay.
But I feel like you guys definitely, you guys probably don't do this, but I feel that naturally, obviously every single person's circumstance in life is different, right? So like thankfully if I go out for dinner, I'm able to like pick up the bill. However, I know that some people may not have a job right now, or et cetera, so it's all circumstantial. But I think that I think it's the gesture, I'm kind of traditional, so I would pick up the bill on a first date. But I would definitely appreciate and notice if the girl did not at least offer to
Okay.
split the bill.
I get what you're saying.
I would like to touch on that. So it's more about the fake, like, oh, well, let me just look in my purse. And it's just the idea, the gesture of doing it, but you would never let her. Like, she's like, I was just getting my
so
lipstick.
You want it to be fake. You want it to be.
She's like, I was just.
It's like I've done it.
Your hand is going in slowly into your bag, and you're just like, is he gonna? No, he's not.
No, I get what you're saying, because I've always tried to kind of offer without making the guy seem like, because I know he eventually, I've had guys that made me pay for it. We'll talk about that. But I've also have had experiences where the guy also felt kind of like threatened by the fact that I was going to pay for it too, because you know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe it's a confidence level, but if you see the girl like actually leaning towards her bag or anything, just instantly go, no, I have this today.
So are you guys saying these are red flags because you've both experienced those exact stories on dates?
Yeah.
No one's spoken to me about whale sperm or
right. So that you really haven't been on a bad date then.
No,
that's a bad date.
I don't classify as bad dates. I classify it as a very interesting date and one you will never forget, because you're gonna always remember the girl that talked about whale sperm and crack and hookers.
Definitely not gonna forget.
Oh my God.
I think it's a win-win. I don't know.
But yeah, it happens, right? In the sense of like, it's just more the respect that like, I get the traditional aspect because I am traditional, but yeah, the gesture, it means more than the dollar amount to me.
Yeah,
Totally.
I totally agree with that.
A lot of our DMs are about females. They're asking like, you know, what makes me girlfriend material? And he says, you know, like, what can I do to stand out in terms, we had a lot of outfit questions. So from your guys' points of view, like, what do you think is like a great thing a girl can wear that makes her stand out, or a color that's like, oh my God, like or a hairstyle or something? I'm
more of the like the less is more approach. I think simplicity is key. I've never really been drawn to wait, let me rephrase that. I think simplicity is key, and I think there's something, you know, like trying to stand out. I don't think anyone should just try to stand out. I think that they should just be comfortable enough in their own skin to then not have to feel like they have to stand out.
Okay.
So me showing up in a tight little red dress on a first date is a little too much.
Yes.
Is there a color? Is there a color?
Give us a detail.
Watch him say black.
I do like black, but I also, to be honest, I love like jeans and a t-shirt.
I think there are certain colors that just pop, I guess. I'm not really, you know, the red pops.
I like that.
Notice how neither of you said blue or black.
No,
Yeah,
but
black.
I was gonna say.
Cool. That's cool.
No, but honestly, I was gonna say black pops for sure.
It does, and it works, and I love black.
Really, blue. Oh no, blue does not pop.
Yeah,
I'm totally.
I
kidding.
agree.
Reminds me of
I'm
whales.
kidding.
Well, on that note, gentlemen, Thank you for coming on the
Thank
podcast
you.
today.
Cam and I have spoken about this in the past, but you guys, like, I think we've told you this before, but like really proud of you guys. You guys are like really lovely people. And I love the fact that you guys are setting an amazing example to other young women out there who are like starting their own business. Like, I think you guys are fantastic and we're happy to come on.
Thanks.
Always.
Thank you so much. That's really sweet. Cameron, your turn.
Cameron, what's our compliment, Cameron?
No, what I was going to say is, Sophia, obviously, as you know, I have been an advocate for you guys, like teaming up and doing a podcast for years. And
he did do that.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I knew it would be something great. Like, I just have always felt that. And I'm so glad you guys are doing it because it's awesome. And you guys
Thanks, guys.
Aww.
That's really sweet. Thank you guys for taking the time. By the way.
And we'll definitely get on that text chain just to talk about progression in future dates.
Yes.
And maybe better one-liners for us.
And also, let's hang out soon, 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do a little. So thank you guys so much. We do love these two so much. Like, they are close
You guys are
friends.
awesome.
They're so
Plug
funny.
where everyone can find you, your Instagrams, Tweeters,
Socials.
all that.
Well, Greg and I have a YouTube channel together, which we upload videos every week, and it's the Greg and Cameron channel. And then you can find me at Cameron Fuller everywhere.
Beautiful.
And yeah, same for me, just my name. And obviously, if people are listening and want to check out Gridlock, the website is gridlockbrand.com. So, and a new collection's coming out in the next few weeks. So, Steve.
Very cool. Thank you guys. We love you both. We hope to see you guys soon.
Love you guys. Thanks for having us.
Bye. Of course. Bye.
Bye.